Shocking new report about Oceangate. That was the company behind that submersible that tragically imploded, killing 5 people. According to this new report obtained by ABC News, a former employee...
The prize for passengers was supposed to be life-changing. Seeing firsthand the most iconic shipwreck in history, the Titanic. The Titanic was the ultimate lesson in human hubris. The debacle of the submersible, known as Titan, is a tragic epilogue. Sadly, the outcome for all 5 people on board the Oceangate submersible, Titan, was life-ending.
That there are 3 words in the English language that are known throughout the planet, and that's Coca-Cola, God, and Titanic.
The Coast Guard today recovered some of the wreckage from the Titan submersible, including what is believed to be human remains. They will be examined by medical experts.
Ridiculous.
Debris from the sub was hauled ashore in Newfoundland, Canada. You can see the
I've
porthole
broken some
window.
rules to make this. Carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
You don't move fast and break things if the thing you're going to break has got you inside it. We all knew they were dead.
So the Coast Guard lied.
111 years after the Titanic's sinking, the MV Polar Prince, a former Canadian Coast Guard icebreaker, departs from the port of St. John's, Newfoundland. On its deck rests a 22-foot-long submersible named Titan, owned by the American company Oceangate Inc., which specializes in charter and scientific exploration submarines. To give you a better understanding of the company's expedition promises, here's a video commercial they produced, inviting participants to join the journey to the wreck of the Titanic. Please note that this video was deleted by Oceangate, but was re-uploaded by an internet user who had managed to save it before its removal.
Oceangate Expeditions offers you the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be a specially trained crew member safely diving to the Titanic wreckage site. Get ready for what Jules Verne could only imagine, a 12,500-foot journey to the bottom of the sea. It's the Oceangate Titanic experience. Earning raves from those who've taken our unforgettable dives.
There's no other trip like this. Fewer people have been to the Titanic than have been to space.
It's tougher to go to the bottom of the ocean than it is to the far side of the moon. So we saw things that maybe human eyes have never seen before.
Wow.
This is not a thrill ride for tourists. It's much more. It is an 8-day, one-of-a-kind experience. You will be trained as a mission specialist and record valuable findings.
A citizen scientist is also involved in the science. They are doing jobs that are essential to the scientific research, not just busy work.
This marks the beginning of a 9-day expedition, 2 days sailing to the Titanic wreck site, 5 days of diving, and 2 days returning to St. John's. In the year 2023 alone, there have been 4 previous attempts to reach the site, but poor weather conditions prevented any dives. Titan is designed to accommodate 5 people, a pilot, a Titanic expert, and 3 passengers, each paying a sum of $250,000 for the chance to view the wreck. Let me not bore you out with the backstory, and let's get straight to when the whole drama hit the roof. On 18th of June 2023, the Oceangate Titan sub lost contact with its ship crew nearly 2 hours into its expedition to the wreck of the Titanic in the North Atlantic Ocean, and gripping search and rescue mission for the vessel, which was just 6.7 meters long, was quickly underway in a bid to rescue the trapped crew before the vessel's 96-hour oxygen supply ran out. Throughout, there had been some hope that the 5 men on board, Hamish Harding, Stocton Rush, Shahzada and Suleiman Dawood, and Paul-Henri Nargeolet, were alive after rescue crews reported hearing intermittent banging noises. But shortly after the timer on the sub's oxygen supply would have run out, debris from the wreck were found, and it emerged that the sub had imploded, killing all on board. The remains of the sub were discovered just 500 meters from the bow of the Titanic, which famously sank in April 1912. The Coast Guard confirmed that it had recovered presumed human remains from the site on 28 June.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. I offer my deepest condolences to the families.
Since their passing was confirmed, numerous rumors and misinformation have circulated, especially in the first year following the tragic incident. However, let me share with you some of the verified updates and events that I have been able to confirm. Paul-Henri Nargeolet, one of the crew members who sadly died in the Titan submersible accident, often took decorated styrofoam cups on his deep sea dives to watch how they shrank under the heavy ocean pressure. Amazingly, one of these cups survived the tragic implosion and was found in the wreckage. Paul-Henri's daughter, Sidi, now treasures this styrofoam cup as a special keepsake, the only remaining sign of her father's last journey to the Titanic wreck.
Because it's make me remember this bad moment.
It might not look like much, but this shriveled styrofoam cup holds more meaning than most of us can fathom. For Sidonie Nargeolet, it's a treasured trophy, the only remaining evidence of her father's final adventure to the wreck of the Titanic.
It must be so special for you to have that cup.
Yeah, it's very special because it was with my dad to his last moment. So, yeah, it's...
When asked in an interview with 60 Minutes Australia if she had been contacted by the Oceangate company since the tragic incident, Sidi replied,
"Nothing from them. No condolences, no we are sorry, nothing."
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Some experts, including James Cameron, an experienced deep-sea submersible pilot and film director, James Cameron's deep-sea expertise goes beyond his Oscar-winning film, Titanic. He has visited the Titanic wreck site 33 times and designed and piloted a submarine to the deepest part of the ocean, known as the Mariana Trench. Later suggested that Rush had been on a risky path from the start.
They broke the rules. It's that simple. They should not have been legally allowed to carry passengers.
James Cameron also revealed that the Coast Guard had known for some time that the Titan submersible had imploded, but continued to give hope that the crew might still be alive.
9:25, confirmed implosion. And I literally wrote that on the pad the moment I heard from my naval source.
So the Coast Guard lied?
I just found this in my file. It says this is on Casa del Mar Stationery. That's the hotel I was in LA at the time that I heard about it. 9:25, that's AM, 9:25, confirmed implosion. And I literally wrote that on the pad the moment I heard from my naval source, very reliable source, that they had heard an event and triangulated it to the site.
The U.S. naval intelligence about an implosion near the Titanic wreck site came just hours after the Titan began its dive. This newly released audio clip offers a haunting glimpse. It's a chilling recordings of knocking sounds, which is believed to have been made by those inside the submarine. This is exactly the sound that was heard.
Sounds like it could be somebody knocking. The symmetry between those knockings is very unusual.
But the controversy continues. A lawsuit claims that Oceangate knew something was wrong. The family of Paul-Henri Nargeolet, one of the 5 people who died when the submersible imploded, has filed a wrongful death lawsuit. They claim that the people on board spent their final moments in terror and mental anguish. The family's lawyers accuse Oceangate, the company that operated the sub, of knowing about the Titan's flaws and shortcomings, but not revealing them. The lawsuit seeks $50 million in damages for carelessness, recklessness, and negligence, specifically accusing the company of hiding crucial information about the Titan's unusual design. The lawsuit also claims that Oceangate didn't disclose that the sub relied on constant power and a wireless signal for its controls and gauges. Oceangate, which has stopped all operations since the implosion, hasn't commented on the lawsuit, but must respond in court in King County, Washington, within 20 days of the suit being filed on August 6, 2024. The lawsuit highlights parts of the Titan's design and construction that it argues should have been disclosed to those on the expedition. It also specifically blames Oceangate co-founder Stocton Rush, who died in the implosion, accusing him of negligence and hiding important information. The lawsuit mentions that Rush was obsessed with being remembered for innovation, like Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. The lawyers also argue that Oceangate failed to disclose important details about the sub's condition and safety. The Coast Guard is investigating the incident. And when James Cameron was asked if he had any update about the investigation, here is what he had to say.
I've made myself available. I've volunteered to the investigative committee at the Coast Guard. Nothing.
They haven't interviewed you?
I think they want to do things their way. And frankly, I think they've kind of got egg on their face, and they don't want outside opinions. That's just my interpretation.
I think Stockton was designing a mousetrap for billionaires.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're saying he had a death wish?
The only question in my mind, the only question is when. He was risking his life and his customers' lives to go down in history. He's more famous now than anything else he would have ever done.
My goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers before the end of this year. So please subscribe to my channel if you found this video helpful. Thank you, and see you next time.